Hello, and welcome to this episode of Frankie's Cultural Observations. Today, we're going to be analysing Paris creatives. Paris creatives are desperate to be seen, but terrified of being understood, because being understood would mean they're not that deep, or brooding and mysterious like their art portfolio. These petite tragediens treat their life like a French vignette, smoking cigarettes in bed and scowling at the sunlight for getting in their eyes, as if they can will the brightness back into its hiding place with the power of pure disdain. Walking through Belleville in a trench coat and a headache and an anti-capitalist mindset in one of the most expensive cities on the planet, they carry the weight of the world in their heady Slimane Celine boots. But through sheer grit and generational wealth and getting paid €4 an hour to intern at Margiela, they've managed to survive here on meal tickets and subsidised rail transport. Middle class broke and in between residencies and unable to befriend a French person, they can sulk on the metro but they'll never move to Marseille. Paris creatives are fueled by performative resignation, the appearance of being jaded by life at the age of 22, because optimism is the opium of people who wake up without a hangover. And if a talent scout spots them smiling, they won't get streetcast for a Balenciaga campaign. These underfunded overthinkers— oh my god, was that a rat? Did you see that? What was that?
It was a bird.
These underfunded overthinkers believe burnout is a political stance, and exposure is how everyone gets paid, and exhaustion is the best skincare routine, to make it look like they've seen everything and felt nothing, wondering how cool they look right now, while calculating what's the magic number they can Revolut request their dad without it being obvious that art supplies is a code word for drugs. Merci beaucoup, papa! Paris creatives go to workshops on joyful resistance, and they shop in Uniqlo, and they think community is the name of a fashion house. Too overworked to care about politics, they banned praxis at band practice, rehearsing punk in front of a mirror, before walking right into a toxic work environment that smells like the intern just cried in La Toilette. Oh, toilette! Oh. They've never heard of the Paris Commune, but they're forced to live in the trenches, in a 14 square metre flat, with walls so thin, a shouting match between the couple next door feels like they've got front row seats to their parents' divorce again. A bientôt! With incredibly high barriers to entry, most Paris creatives have been excluded from Fashion Week, so they're forced to dig up their runway look from the Eurobin at Freepstar, thrifting cropped denim off someone's kid who OD'd, who, as it happens, also dropped out of Beaux-Arts. Alienated from their labour and struggling in franglais, they quote dead French philosophers they don't understand to people who don't give a shit, then snort ketamine beside Oscar Wilde's grave and talk about the death of sincerity like it was a collection they curated themselves. Under the iron grip of consumerism, they know they can't win, but at least they'll look better than you while losing. Can you hold this?